Okay, so we're going to start in a nice wide plie. I'm going to move back here just while we're standing so I can be in the screen. All right, I'm going to hold the ring. Now remember, I like to hold the ring with my fingers reaching long because in Pilates, we're always lengthening, right? My fingers are long, the heel of my hand is on. And I'm going to plie, press out, press into the ring to come back in. I'm going to inhale to exhale. So reach towards me and draw it in. So when I press into that ring, my belly is pressing in, my glutes are firing, my inner thighs are firing. Inhale to exhale, and 3, and 2. Freeze right here. Draw it in and press it out. Press it in, press it out. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it right here. I'm going to rotate and then back to center. And I rotate the other direction and back to center. I inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. My neck is staying with the rest of my spine. And I inhale and I exhale. Take that ring close to the knee, but not on the knee, so my arm can be straight. Take the opposite hand behind your head. I'm just going to gently press into my ring and then return. I squeeze this oblique. I stretch this side. Exhale to inhale. And the heel of my hand is on this ring. Good. Shh. Belly's pulling in and up. And 3. And 2. And 1. And back to center. Other side. Towards the end of the quad. Heel of the hand on. Arm is straight. Hand behind that head. And it's a small little press as my elbow reaches towards the ceiling and come back in. I exhale to inhale. Gently press into the ring and return. This shoulder should not be creeping up to that ear. You want it to be pressing to that rib cage. 2 more. Exhaling and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, straighten those legs. I'm going to walk in, toe, heel, toe, heel. Take the ring between the ankles. And they're not on the ankle bone, they're above the ankle bone. And I've got pressure on my ring, so you can see my ring is not a circle, it's an oval. Take your hands to your hips. My heels are turned in, my toes are turned out. Just releve up and then come down. Scooping that belly in and up. Lift up. And now if this gets frustrating for you, ditch the ring and continue on. And we're going to go for 3. You got to keep that ring tight. 2 and 1. Shift your weight to this leg. Just your toes or left. Okay? Now if you have to, when we're done squeezing the ring, if you have to put the toes back on, that's fine. I'm going to try and balance where my toes are not on the floor. Now I'm going to press into that ring. 1, in further 2, in further 3, out a little. I can't release that ring completely. I go in, in, in. My standing leg has to be wrapping. My glutes are firing. My obliques are firing. Find that focal point in front of you. And the deeper my ring is pressed into, the deeper my core is pressing in. 1, 2, 3, and in. You can also use a play ball, a little bit easier to balance that between the legs. 1 more. Now hold this one in and pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now keep it tight. Now sometimes I can't do this well. We'll try it. Oh boy. Take this leg, it's off the floor. Bring it in front of that hip. And then press into the ring, into the ring, into the ring, out a little. In, in, in. In, in. Remember the belly is cueing that as well. In, in, in. So my legs are like this. 2, 3. 3 more. 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Now keep that ring tight and just put that foot down on the mat. lift that heel up on the back leg, and eventually I'm going to take my back toes off the mat. And now I press into my ring. Stand tall. 1, 2, 3, add a little. The key is keeping tension on that ring, because as soon as I fully let it go, my ring is down. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So it's my back leg pressing into that ring. 2 more. In, 2, 3. Don't lose it now. Hold it in. Pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take that leg back out. Okay, no one dropped their ring, including me. Yay! Okay, but I'm going to fix it because I felt like mine slid just a little bit. All right, so what we do on one leg, we have to do on the other. So keep that ring tight. We're going to take it now to this leg. Now I start with just my heel coming off. Now feel everything zipping up. Then you balance. Find that focal point in front of you, and we start by pressing in deeper, add a little. Belly and glutes and inner thighs. Don't bounce the ring. It's smooth. In, and return. In, 2, 3, and return. 1, 2, 3, and return. And that's okay. Just get yourself back on that horse, right? 3, 2, 3. 2 more. Focus right here. 1 more. Hold this in. Now pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now keep pressure on that ring. See if you can bring this one forward. And we'll press it. In, add a little. 1, 2, 3, add a little. In. 3 more. 2 more. We're doing great. 1 more. Hang in there. Now let's pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now step forward onto that foot. Raise that back heel. Take the toes off, and we press into the ring, add a little. 7, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. Find it. 5, 2, 3. Legs are straight. 4, hips in a straight line. 3 more. 3, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. Now hold this one in. 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and return. Grab onto that ring. A lot of inner thighs too, right? You feel like, oh my gosh, I need to stretch. Okay, so let's take it down to our mats. And with that being said, I want you to take your legs into that butterfly pose. The palms of my feet are together. I'm going to grab onto my ankles. I'm just going to push against my knees and just give my hips and inner thighs just a little release. Good. And then we'll bring it back up. All right, so take that ring on the outside of the legs and give a little pressure so the ring is nice and tight. Hands behind those thighs. Sit tall. We'll inhale for nothing. Exhale. C-curve back about halfway until those arms lengthen. So I'm rounding my spine, scooping my belly, relaxing my shoulders. And then press against that ring, round, and then stack. Inhale to initiate. Now exhale all the air out. Feel that spine rounding. Feel those shoulders melting. And we inhale up. Exhale down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you have back issues, keep your hands behind your thighs. I'm going to grab onto my ring instead and hold it parallel to the floor. Heel of my hands on, fingertips reaching long. I'm going to press into my ring as I round forward and then release. I exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep the gaze on your navel. And we go for 3 more and come back. Press in for 2. And don't think of lifting up, think of pressing in. Now my last one, take that ring, and everyone looks like they got it in their hands pretty much. And we're going to take it forward, take it against the shins, push into your shins to zip up that spine nice and tall. Now take that ring parallel to the floor. Inhale for nothing. On the exhale, press into the ring. See, curve back, melting those shoulders, only about halfway again. Now reach that ring towards me. Inhale. Exhale, center. Away from me. Hips stay still. Exhale, center. Inhale. So here, if you wanted to use another prop behind you, if this was straining your lower back, you could put a play ball behind you and lean into that ball, or even a toss pillow, right? And if neither one of those are an option, you don't have either one, just come up higher and rotate, right? So listen to your lower back. Hold this one here. I'm going to take my feet a little closer towards me. My legs are still fist width apart. Press into your ring. Exhale as you slowly bring it down. Slide those heels a little closer towards you for a bridge. We're going to tuck that pelvis. The first thing that lifts up are my glutes and then my belly button, rib cage, chest. Shoulders are pressing down. And then return, press into your ring. Exhale. Articulating that spine, bone by bone. Tuck that tail, scoop that belly. Inhale, up. Press into the ring, exhale, lengthen, come down slow with control. No pressure on that neck. And one more, tuck that tail. We'll inhale up. Now stay here. And on the exhale, I'm going to lift my heels. So now my heels are lifted. I'm going to let my knees float out to the side. Inhale. Press into the ring. Thighs come back to parallel to center. Exhale. Inhale, knees float out. Exhale, bring it in, pressing into the ring. Inhale to exhale. And inhale, shoulders should be heavy, arms should be long. And one more. Inhale to exhale. Lower those heels back down. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, lower down, pressing into your ring. Good. So keep the ring up over your chest. I'm all the way down on my mat now, and I want you to float your knees towards your screen and just keep that ring to the center, and then press into that ring gently so the core brings those legs back up, and then my knees are going to float to the other side on an inhale. Gently press in on an exhale. Now another option you can do is draw your knees into your chest. And I'm going to float my knees, and my ring is going to go away from my knees. I'm going to follow my ring with my gaze. And then press into the ring to come back up. And I take my ring the other direction. Always look towards my ring. And then bring it up to center. Another variation. I'm going to inhale. And on the exhale, straighten those legs. Press that belly in deeper. Bend the knees back in and come back home. And then I go the other side. I inhale. I press out. Woo, exhale. Bring it back to tabletop. Inhale. And exhale. Take the feet back down to your mat. Reach the arms behind you. Lengthen the legs nice and long. Good. I'm going to let go of my ring. Bring my arms around. Whoop. Nod my chin to my chest. Hold right here. Hold this here. Now bring your legs into a tabletop. And if you need to, put your head down. I'm going to start to pump the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Here's 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. You can put your feet down, head down. Do what works for you. Next level, zip up those legs into a Pilates stance. Inhaling, and I'm moving my arms from my back, the back of my body. Yes. And we're breathing. And if you can't inhale for 5 counts, and try 4. Now, if this is not challenging enough for you, lower those legs so you feel the abdominals working, but the lower back should still be heavy. And we're inhaling, and we're exhaling. And we're inhaling, and we're exhaling. We've got 2 more sets. It might not be 100, might be over 100, I don't know. And one more inhale, and exhale, and hug everything in. Reach back there, grab back onto your ring. Bring those arms up over your chest. And I want you to curl the chin to your chest and place that ring onto your shins. So make a tabletop with those shins. And then take the hands behind your head. Elbows are wide. I'm going to inhale for nothing and exhale, lift up my head and chest until the base of my shoulder blade is the only thing left on that mat. I'm going to press that ring out, but don't straighten your legs all the way, and then come back in. I'm going to inhale. You got to feel like that bowling ball is on that torso. And I inhale, and I exhale. If it bothers your back, don't go as far. Inhale, but keep that ring parallel to the floor. And I inhale, and I exhale. And one more. Inhale, 2, exhale. Grab onto that ring and place the feet and head back down. I want you to take one of the pads behind your right toes. And as I lengthen this right leg straight up, my left leg is going to slide straight out. And I'm going to come back to the position I just started with both knees bent. I'm going to slide everything back in. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen both legs in the opposite directions. Inhale. Use your belly. Exhale. Lengthen the legs. And one more. We'll inhale. And we'll exhale. I want you to hold this stretch. I'm going to flex my heel. I'm going to soften my elbows. And then press those toes back up to the ceiling. Flex the foot and point the toes. Keep that rib cage still heavy and reach. Watch the shoulders and neck. They should be relaxed. And then press. And then one more. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Now I want you to bend the opposite leg. And we're going to do a single leg bridge here. So we're going to lift up and then come down. And we're going to lift up and we're going to come down. I'll lift up and I'll come down. I want you to hold this one. Take the ring off that foot. Hold it into the hands. Arms are still straight. And I'm going to lower this leg, holding my bridge, press into my ring, come back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale to parallel, exhale up. One more. Hook that behind those toes again, and then melt the spine back down. Put the other foot in the ring, and then take the other foot off. Both knees are bent. I'm going to slide both legs to a straight position, and then bring it back in. Use your belly to slide that foot back in. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale to come back in. Inhale, lengthen. Feel that hamstring getting a nice stretch. Exhale, feel the belly getting strength. And we hold this one here, release the breath. I'll flex my heel and point my toes. Flex, point. While you're flexing and pointing, keep this leg straight. 2 more. And give me 1 more. Get a good stretch in that calf and Achilles tendon. Now slide the opposite leg to a bent position. Pressing through that heel, we're going to lift up into that bridge. And then down. And then up and down. 2 more. Hold this one up on the exhale. Grab onto your ring. Hold it in both hands. Keep those hips lifted. Heel the hand on. Hips in a straight line. I'm going to lower the leg to parallel. Come up and press into that ring. Inhale as you lower the leg. Drive it up. Exhale. Inhale. 2 exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Hook that toe again with that pad. And then slowly melt it back down. Let's take 2 feet back into that ring pad. And I'm going to make a little tiny first position, heels kissing, toes turned away. It's going to be very narrow. Now separate the knees towards your shoulders, so lower the knees towards your shoulders, and then zip up both legs, belly goes deep. Inhale as you bend the knees. Exhale, so let those knees go apart. They're apart. They're not together. They're apart. And the ring is kind of going between them. And then zip it up. Now, if you'd like, as you straighten the legs, you can nod that chin to your chest and lift that head up. Keep your head up. Bend the knees. Straighten the legs. Scoop that belly deeper. Bend those knees. And scoop. And one more. We inhale. And exhale. Keep the legs straight. Place the head down. I'm going to give a little tug on that ring. Trying to get those legs a little closer, a little straighter. Good. Now I'm going to take one leg down at a time. Knees are bent. And I'm going to turn the ring one pad in each hand. Slide the knees way into your chest. If you are lifting your head, you will do so on the exhale. So we'll inhale here. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. Reach that ring parallel to the shins. Take your right knee way towards you. Your left leg reaches out. And switch. Now remember, you can also use this ring to support your neck. You can take one of the pads behind that head and then let your head rest in that ring. So that's another option if you have the ring in your hand. Now make sure you're breathing here. We inhale, press the ring, exhale. And inhale, and one more set. Inhale, and exhale, and release. Nicely done. So I'm going to take that ring up over my chest again. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest on an exhale. I'm going to take my feet through my ring and reach them out. Draw the knees in, reach the arms and legs away. Bring everything in, my feet go through. Bring my knees in, everything reaches away. Good. Bring it back in. Inhale to exhale. Inhale long, exhale strong. Reach it through the ring. Come back towards you. Reach away. Can we do one more set? Because these are fun.
Yeah.
Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then just release the head down. Let's just slide side to side these knees. Side to side. Good. Then we're going to do single leg, straight leg, scissors. So we take that ring straight up again. Now remember, the shoulders shouldn't be off your mat. They should be resting on the mat. I'm going to zip my legs up. As my legs go up, my belly went down. You can keep your head down, or I'll exhale all the air out and lift it up. Take your right leg towards the ring and tap it, and then the left. And and I'm giving it a little pressure with the heel of my hand on that ring as I exhale. And 4, and 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1, and release. Now I had a request to work a little bit more on the outer hip, outer thigh area. So I do take requests. So you're welcome. I take my feet through my ring. I'm going to press, I'm not on my ankle, I'm above my ankle. I'm going to press into that ring, okay? I'm going to zip my legs up. And keeping pressure against that ring is working the outer hip and outer thigh. Now back issues, take the hands underneath your seat. And that's going to elevate your pelvis a little bit more so your lower back is more safe, okay? If you don't need that, you can take your hands behind your head. The head can stay down, or once again, I'll exhale as I nod my chin to my chest. If your head is going to be lifted, you cannot have it parallel to the floor. You must have your shoulder blades off the mat, and you're going up and over the top rib cage. All right, keep resistance against that ring, and we're going to lower for 3, 2, 1, zip it up. How low should you go? The lower back does not leave the mat. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Press into that ring a little more on the exhale. Lower, lower, lower. Inhale, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Lower, lower, lower. Lift, and 1 more. Inhale, 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 and hug everything in. Nicely done. If you're feeling strain to your neck, shake that head no. Good. All right, so take it out and hold it in those hands again. So I'm going to hold it right over my chest. My elbows are wide. And again, you'll notice I always have the heel of my hand on that pad. That's a strong part of my hand. I inhale for nothing. I exhale it up. I'm going to twist towards my screen. I'm going to press that leg straight out. And I'm kind of straddling my knee with this ring. And I'm going to switch and press into the ring. And exhale. And exhale. So I want to have my shoulders once again off that mat. So I'm curling up higher. And 3, and 3, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1, and release. Woo! Let those knees fall out. Release those hips. I'm going to reach my arms straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest and just lift the shoulders off the mat. And then come back down on an inhale. I tuck my chin to my chest first. I don't drag my head off that mat. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. Exhale, hold it here. Inhale for me again. Press into those heels a little deeper. On the exhale, bring these legs up. Bring the ring up. So now I've got my legs in a diamond shape. Good. I'm going to lower my legs a little bit and bring them back up. Not nearly as hard as what we just did with double straight leg lower lift. I'm going to take my ring behind me a little bit. Bring everything back up. I inhale. I exhale. Inhale. And again, same concept here. We're moving from the belly. That lower back should not move. The pelvis does not move. It does not go with me. And then bring yourself all the way up. Turn that ring so one pad is right in front of your tootsies. And then I want you just to stretch and reach. Let those knees fall out and just stretch. Good. Now using your core, I'm going to stack up my spine. I'm going to take my legs as wide as my mat. And my ring is right out here in front of me. So feel like you're sitting on thumbtacks. I'm going to really sit up tall, right? And if you can't sit up tall with your legs straight, soften your knees, okay? But I want your feet straight up and down like they're against two poles. I'm going to inhale up and lengthen my spine. Exhale. Draw the chin to your chest and start to peel off that wall. My arms are going to go forward. My ring is going to go into a diagonal. But my lower back is still pressing against that imaginary wall. Inhale, squeeze your seat, pull that belly in. So I'm lifting from my core, not my back. Exhale, peel like a fruit roll up off that wrapper. Exhale, all that air out. Inhale, shoulders melt, and I stack my spine. I exhale. And I watch my navel going deeper and deeper as my arms go out further and further. I still have my feet flexed. Inhale, they're still against those two poles. And now my exhale, I'm going to stay here. Strengthening those armpit muscles, I'm going to press into my ring a little bit and then release. So even though I said we're going to work these muscles here, anytime I press this ring, my core is pressing in as well. And I press for 4 more, and I exhale usually on the press into the ring. And 1 more. I'm going to stack my spine from my core, not my back. Good. Now I want you to bend each knee and place the feet inside the pads. I'm going to balance on my sits bones. Now try not to lean back too far. I'm going to slowly, as my legs go up, I'm going to zip those inner thighs and scoop that belly. Shoulders should be melted. And then bring yourself back down. I'm going to try to stay more forward. Balance. Zip it up. Whoop. Good. And bring it back down. And we zip it up. Hold. Connect those shoulders to your back. Bring it back down. Can you give me one more? Zip it up. What do you think? Should we rock today or just do the prep? You want to rock? You want to try to rock? All right, we'll try to rock. So when you rock, it's eyes to belly, eyes over the toes. Whoop, don't lose it. And bring it back. Exhale up. So people think, oh, the quicker I go, the more I'm guaranteed to come up. But then you're not working. You're not working your belly. You're not getting that nice massage to your spine. And we'll just do one more. Eyes to belly. So you want to round that spine. And then you bring it up. Now take your right knee in towards you. Press it out. Bend it. Place it back on that pad. Now bend your left knee. Press it away. Belly has to scoop in deeper, right? Bend that knee back on the pad. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now remove the ring from your feet and go back to where you started from. Okay. Now turn your ring. See, you did it. Didn't think you could. Okay. Now press into that ring the sides of your feet. So again, I always have muscles contracting with this ring. So if my ring is pressed into, my core is on switch. All right, so reach those arms long. Crown of the head is lifting up. Arms are reaching out in opposition. Now rotate your torso towards me. But don't change your feet. Don't change the knees. Don't change the hips. Now the hand that's forward is going to soft your baby toe, and you're going to look at your backhand. Yep, and keep your hip down that you're turning away from. Now from your core, zip it up. Spine is long. Rotate. Soft your baby toe. Look at your backhand. Now we'll do breath. Inhale up and twist. Exhale. Shh. Inhale up. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Exhale. So do you think this is designed as a hamstring exercise, hamstring stretch, or for the spine? The goal of this exercise is to get the rotation in your spine. That's why when we come forward, we look at our back hand. It gives us a little bit more. But I love the fact that I stretch my hamstring too. So we'll just add that, yes, you're getting a hamstring. And forward, lift up, and then release. Okay, grab onto that ring. Let's bring our legs together in our Pilates stance. If that's not cool for you, you can always be parallel. Okay, hip issues, you can be parallel. So I'm going to reach my arms long. I'm going to inhale, nothing. Now exhale, press into my ring, and come halfway back. Maybe if that's too hard to hold this, then you come further up. But try to be rounded, okay? I'm going to draw my ring sort of towards my chest, and I'm going to twist towards my screen, and then twist away from my screen. And twist towards it. So I'm tucking, I'm scooping, I'm not here, I'm here. I'm trying to hollow out that lower belly. And twist. Shh. Shh. One more each side. Shh. Shh. Reach long and then lay all the way down. 4, 3, and you deserve a nice long stretch. Let the rib cage arch off the mat. All right. Yes. Okay, let go of the ring. Hug your knees into the chest. Oh, I keep knocking that over. It never spills, though. All right. From here, we're going to go onto our stomachs. Okay? So it's going to like rotisserie chicken roll over. All right. Extensions. I'm going to grab onto my ring, and I'm reach it out in front of me. One pad's going to be on the ground. And I'm going to actually not hold on to the top. I'm going to hold on to the sides. Okay? Like a steering wheel. So my core is still engaged. So feel like you're pulling that belly button away from your mat. The legs are sits bone width apart. If you have a lower back issue, take them further apart. All right, so I don't want you to feel like you're stretching those arms so far that you're not connecting your shoulders to your back. So don't be too far reached out there. So on an inhale, I'm going to start to lift up my head and chest by pushing down into the ring. In the exhale, I come back down. I pull my navel back away from that mat. And try that again. Inhale, squeeze your butt. Exhale, pull the belly in. So remember, when you lift up your head, think of more or less lifting with your chest, not the head, right? And the head just along for the ride. Come back down. And we'll do one more. Keeping the neck in line with your spine. I inhale. And I exhale. Let go of the ring. Hands by your armpits and press back into a child's pose, nice and slow and easy. Round the spine. Breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. And then we're going to come into a quadruped position. I need to grab my ring. So I'm going to place it lying flat on my mat onto my forearms. I'm going to press again the heel of my hands into my ring. I'm going to take my legs back into a plank. If you need to modify that, you'll take your knees back and have your knees stay on the mat. But everyone's tail needs to be tucked and belly pulling in. Good. Now I'm going to take my right, now if you're not on your knees and you're on your feet, I'm going to take my right toes on top of my left heel and hold that for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Put that foot down. And then the other foot. So if you're on your knees, okay, you can feel like you can just lift that knee off the mat, right? Or you can cross the ankles. Whatever you want to do, play with it. So you're right with me. And 3 and 2 and 1 and hold that plank for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to lower my thighs down to the floor, flatten my feet. So right now, my shoulders should be in those back pockets. My shoulders should be over my elbows. My hips and pelvis are on the mat. My navel is not. Okay? I'm going to take my legs that are together, and the leg closest to your screen is going to kick your butt. I keep the ring tight and release. And kick, kick. I keep switching. Try not to move the pelvis or the hips. Shh, shh. Breathe as you kick. Kick, kick, and kick, kick. The shoulders are still pushing down. Kick, kick. One more. Kick, kick, and release. Now I'm going to take that ring behind me, and the pads are going to just rest in the palm of my hands, okay? Legs together. I'm looking at my screen, so one ear is on the mat, one ear is not. Pull your navel away from your mat. Now, kick your legs. The elbow's going to be bent because when I straighten my legs after I kick, my arms go like this, like I'll start bent. Kick those legs 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now the feet go and anchor into my mat, and I reach towards those heels. Now bend the elbows, look the other direction, and kick. 1, 2, 3. Shh. Bend the elbows on the other ear. So we keep switching which way we're looking. But when the legs straighten, we're always looking down at our mat. And kick, 2, 3, and stretch. Squeeze that bum. And 1, 2, 3. Stretch the front of that body. And one more. Kick, kick, kick. Hold. Try to get his arms a little higher. Try to lift a little more. And then release. Release that ring. Hands by the armpits. And then press back in that child's pose again. Scoop that belly. Round that back. Good. Okay, so let's work the glutes a little bit more. All right, so you can use a ring, you can use a ball, or nothing at all, because this can get a little bit tricky. So I have to be on my side to get this ring where I need to go. I'm going to put it behind, between my ankle and my heel. And I put the other pad in the smile of my seat. Does everyone know what I mean when I say the smile of your seat? Right at the very bottom of it. Okay? All right. Keep it tight and lay on your stomach. So one leg is bent, other leg is straight. So hopefully you don't cramp those hamstrings up. All right, so I made a pillow. I'm going to make mine a little higher because of my mic. All right, my belly button's still pulling in. I'm going to squeeze the ring gently and then release. Now, I said gently. If you go full force, you might cramp your hamstring. So it's just a little press. And remember, when I press the ring, I'm still engaging my core. I go 4. They're just tiny little hamstring presses. 3. Hips are in a straight line, resting on the mat. 2. Now hold this one in. Now can you lift that leg up and down? 2. 3. 4 more. Here's 4 and 3 and 2. Hold this one up and we're going to press on the ring. 8, 7, 6, 5. Or your hips in a straight line. 3, 2, 1, and release. Grab onto that ring and let that leg straighten. Okay. Now I'm going to go onto the other side. I take the ring behind my heel/ankle. Smile of your seat. Keep it tight as you're moving. So as soon as you, mine's starting to slip. Yeah, as soon as you start to move, you gotta keep that ring tight without cramping your hamstring. That's part of the problem, right? All right, so I make my pillow with my hands. Both of my hips are resting on the mat. And I'm just gonna press gently into the ring and then release. Gentle and release. 3, 4, belly in. 5. Know your limit. I know mine. This is my bad hamstring. Now keep a little tension on that. Now lift that leg off the mat a little bit and then back down. So my other leg is pressing into my mat. My foot is flat. So I can really press into that. Squeeze that booty. Suck that navel in. And 3, make sure those shoulders are relaxed. 2, now hold this one up and see if you can press in that ring. 8, 7, 6, belly. 5, glutes, hamstring. 2, and 1. Release that ring and we'll stretch back. That was fun. Did anyone's hamstring get cramped? Okay, success. All right, so I'm going to flip back over. Yay. And we're going to do some more shoulder bridges. Shoulder bridges are good. Love shoulder bridges. Can you tell? Every class, at least more than one section, there's a shoulder bridge. Grab onto your ring and we'll bring it back down. So many ways to do bridges and so many things to do with this ring. So let's take the ring between the thighs. Okay, so right now, if I'm not pressing into it, my knees sort of are almost further out, right? That's okay. So I'm going to engage my muscles by pressing into the ring. Bridge up. I still have tension on the ring. Bring your spine back down and then release the ring. Okay, so press into it. Lift up. Come down. Release. Press in. That means my belly's in too, right? Right. Come down and release. Press into the ring. Lift up. Come down. Release. That's add on. Pressure on the ring. Lift up. Now stay here and let's squeeze that ring 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hips in a straight line, right? 3, 2. Keep pressure on the ring. Lower back down and then release. Do that again. Press into the ring. Bridge up. Press that ring. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep pressure as I lower and then release. Let's do that one more set. Just one more set. Press it in. Lift it up and squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep pressure on that ring. We'll lower back down and release the ring. Let's just do one more variation because we love bridging. Press into the ring. Lift up. Take the weight and put it onto your left foot. Extend the right leg. Woo! and bring it back down. Lower your bridge. Did I lose you on that one?
Yeah.
All right, we got to try the other leg though. So press into that ring. Lift up. Shift away to the right side. Kick out. Bring it back in. Come down and release. So I know better than to say do another set. All right, pull that ring away. I'm good. And rock yourself up for spine twist. Okay. A lot of rotation, a lot of bridging. So ideal, this exercise is to have the legs straight, legs together, feet flexed. However, if this makes you do this, it's not worth it. So you'll need to bend your knees, maybe you need to separate them, maybe you need to turn them out, maybe you need to sit in a crisscross position. Do what's going to work for you, but have your spine tall. Heel of the hands on, connect the shoulders to your back. Back of your head should also be in alignment with that spine. We're going to inhale, grow taller. Exhale towards me. 1, further, 2. Inhale, center. Exhale. Shh, shh. And again, on the exhalation, I just gently press in to my ring. You can barely tell I'm doing it. Inhale. Exhale, belly deeper. Inhale. Grow taller as you're spiraling around that barbershop pole. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, and release. Okay, onto our sides, mirror me. All right, so we're going to take that ring. So many ways to do this one too. Okay, we'll take our bottom foot through it so the pad's on the ground, not our leg. Yep. We're going to take the other leg on top. Okay. And you can either have your head propped up or you can lay flat on your arm. All right, so this is going to be inner thigh and outer thigh. So I'm going to lift my leg up onto the ring, push down a little bit, and release. Up, down, press. Now this hand here, my free hand's important because I'm using that as opposition when I lift that leg up. I'm sort of pushing that hand down to the mat gently. Belly presses in when I press into that ring. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, 2, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Now, let's take this foot in front of the ring. Take it behind the ring without taking your hip with you. Whoa. So maybe you don't want to go all the way to the floor. Maybe you want to just hover. Maybe you're only going to go like this, right? This here, this bottom rib cage has to be pulling in. It's got to be engaged. 2 more. Shh. 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 Good. And then draw that knee in and press against that ring. Lay all the way down on your arm. Now this hand again is going to be my opposition move. I'm going to push down to my hand, lift my legs up. Outer hip, whoop, outer thigh.
Make sure we put the bathing suit. Flattens it.
Lift. So I'm pushing my hand into my mat, and I'm making sure my hips are stacked, my shoulders are stacked. Good. I'm going to exhale, inhale. Shh. Love these. And 2. Can you give me one more? Good. And then release. All right, so let that ring fall off for a second. Doesn't want to leave me. Stack those knees and prop yourself up onto your forearm. Okay? So make sure the shoulder is over the elbow. And this here, we can't start like this. This is going to overload this and strain this. So I need to have this lifted. So I like to take my hand and lift it up. And every once in a while, put your hand there. Take that hand behind the head. So my chest is open, my hips are stacked, my feet are stacked. I'm going to lift my bottom hip up and then lower with control. As I'm lifting up, this shoulder is connecting deeper to that rib cage. Shh. Extra credit. I'm going to hold it up, open up, close, and return. Remember, lift up, open, close, and release. Up, open, close, and release. Up, open, close. You want to add on one more time? Maybe. Hold this. Reach the arms long. Now come down. Reach, come down. Reach, come down. Inhale, exhale. One more. And sit up. Take your top leg behind you. Grab onto the shin. Do a little side stretch. And take this hand down. Soften the elbow as you come over and anchor the hips and the glutes. And then bring it back up. And we'll do the other side. How are we doing on time? Woo, time goes by fast when you're having fun. All right, so we're on the other side, mirror me. My head's on this end. So I take my ring to the center, and my bottom leg is going to come through it. And my top leg is on top. Okay? And you can either have your head propped up, or you can lay all the way down on that arm. So I got my heels turned in. I'm going to press into my ring first. That's inner thigh, glutes. And I lift up and then reach it long to that ring. Down. Lift. Exhale. Inhale on the up. I push down to that ring. And then down to the ring. So here, this bottom leg is pushing down as my top leg is going up. Inhale. It's okay if they click. What muscle, number one, is working when you press into that ring? The core. Now, of course, the inner thigh is going to be also part of this, and the glute. Up. And press. Give me two more, please. Inhale. Reach long. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hover that foot. I'm going to go to the front of the ring. To the back. Woo! Almost lost it there. Yeah, this is my bad side, so I have to really focus. Because if I don't focus and have myself under control, I'm going to come forward, right? I'm going to do all kinds of funky stuff. This hip's got to stay stacked. This has to stay still. Woo! I'm going to take my time. I'm making sure my glutes are engaged as well. And I like these. I like these. This is working here, here. A lot of muscles working here. And remember, you don't have to touch the floor. You can hover. Last one. I'm going to draw my knee in, press it through the ring. Now I got 2 feet against the pad. And I lay on my arm now. So this hand here is my pusher. I push it down as I lift up and then down. Keep pressure on both ends. Make sure that top shoulder is relaxed. Push this hand down as you lift up. Can you feel anything? No? I can't talk. That's okay. I know I'm working you and you can't answer me. Okay. 2 more. Lift and lower. 1 more. You've got this. And then bend those knees. Get rid of that ring. Prop yourself up onto your forearm. Hello. Yes, I know. Knees to the top edge of the mat. Remember, I can't start all collapsed. That feels so much better to my neck, to my shoulder. Okay, you can keep your hand there if you want as a reminder. I'm going to push everything down as I lift up. Now don't come down like a ton of bricks. Lift up and come down. As I'm lifting up, my shoulders should be anchoring more towards that rib cage. Yes. Good. We can add on to this. You don't have to add on. Remember, I start here and work up. Up, open, close, come down. You can just hold this for 3 counts, right? You don't have to open into your clam, but if you're overweighting this, it's not going to be happy, and it's going to tell you. But don't wait till it's told you. Make sure you're anchored. Then I'm going to add on one more time. I open, close, and now I'm going to reach here. I come in. Reach away. Come in. And 3, watch that bottom shoulder. If it gets cranky, you're done. 2. And 1. Bring that leg behind you. Grab onto that back shin. Use that to pull yourself over. Anchor the hip, anchor the seat. Bring the other hand on, and I'll lower to that elbow as I stretch over. Something does feel good when you do Pilates. And then bring it back up. Good. Okay. Turn again. Face your feet. Grab onto your ring. I wasn't going to do teaser. I promise you, I wasn't going to do it today. But I'm going to do it today. I can't help myself. It's good for you. So my arms into a diagonal, just like my legs. I press into my ring. I exhale. Good. Coming back up, I nod my chin to my chest. I find my lower back. I inhale up. So take your feet further away from you. You'll never keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Further out. Yep, yep. And then you come back. Yeah. Trust me. Trust me. You want them further out. Eyes to belly. Inhale. Bring those arms up. And then exhale. Press into your ring. Press into your ring. Press into your ring. Chin to chest. Don't drag that head off your mat. Find that lower back. Inhale. Lift up. Press into the ring. Exhale. Just give me one more. We'll just do teaser prep. And eyes to belly. Find that lower back. More advanced. If you know what teaser 1 is, do it. Lift it up. Roll it away. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten those legs. Straighten those arms. And then sit up. Okay. All right. We're going to do a version of swimming. I really want to do squeezing the ring with our legs, and I don't know if we'll be able to get this, but we'll try. So we're going to take the ring between our ankles. It's not going to be easy. And my legs, when I straighten them to squeeze into my ring, my knees won't be on the mat. That ring is going to stop your knees from going onto your mat. Reach your arms out long. The legs are going to lift that ring off the mat. Arms are up. Now keep the arms reaching. Keep the legs reaching. Now swim. Swim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the ring. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, no ring. Exhale, squeeze the ring. And inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ring. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. And bend those knees. Rest your forehead on your hands. My knees are as wide as my mat. Okay? All right, so if you prefer to have more of a lifted chest to this exercise, that's fine as well. Pressing into that ring, we're going to lift our thighs off the mat and release. And it's okay if your thighs don't lift up at all, as long as you're engaging your glutes and that core. And we'll just do 2 more. Lift up, lower back down. And 1 more. Lift it up, lower back down. Grab onto that ring, get rid of it, and give me a child's pose back. That lower back needs a little bit of a stretch now. And the hip flexors might need a stretch too. So if you want to get some more in that hip flexor stretch, take your knees slightly wider than your mat. Yep. And just sit it back. Nice and long. And we're going to do some planks with our ring. You don't have to use the ring. So I always say if you've got like super long arms for your body, this won't work. You'll be off your ring. Okay, so if you're like, I can't do this, just ditch the ring. So I'm going to put the ring right here in the middle. So if you can't have your arms straight and this touching your sternum to stitch the ring, okay? I don't want you being like this so you touch the ring. All right, so keep the ring in a circle, meaning don't collapse on it yet. And it's not going to be a collapse anyway. Take one leg back. Now fire everything in the back of your body. So the belly is going to pull in deeper, and we're not going to strain anything when we take both legs back. Okay? So my elbows are going to stay pointing behind me. I'm going to bend a little bit, press up, lift my right foot, put it back down. Slight bend, press, left foot, and return. Inhale, exhale, right foot, and lower. Bend, lift, reach, one more each side. Inhale, exhale, lift, and lower. One more. Inhale, exhale, lift, and lower. Come to your knees. Get rid of the ring. I'm going to release my wrist now. Palms are up. Curl the fingertips towards your wrist. Good job. Let's do some cat-cows. So let's go into a quadruped position. You don't need your ring. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Slide your sits bones up the wall. Your eyes go up the opposite wall. Shoulders are relaxed. That's an inhale. Reverse that. Exhale. Scoop and press the middle of your back up against that ceiling. And then reverse. Inhale. Everything sticks out. And then exhale. Scoop and round. Now stay rounded and stretch back one more time into that child's pose. We're hauling out the belly, rounding that back. You can even take the hands in front of you and take the palms up. Good. Come back into that quadruped position. Take the toes under. Hover your knees, lifting from your core. And then press those heels back as the legs straighten. Let's just run. One heel up, one heel down. Press through the palm of the hand. Pressing back. 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. 2 heels down. Take your right foot forward. I don't care how you need to get it there. You can stand up and step back if that's easier for you. I want 2 hands on the thigh, so I'm going to bring my chest up. Take 2 arms up. Pretend like you got a play ball between those arms. Throw the play ball behind you, follow it. And then bring it back. Hands go to the mat. Take that foot back. And then the other foot comes forward. So the knees over the ankle. I lift up my chest. My hands go to my quad. Zip up that spine. Back heel is raised. Bring both arms up. Play ball between your hands. Throw it behind you. Hips press forward. Bring it back to the mat. Now bring your back foot in to meet the front foot. Keep your knees bent. Keep your hands on the mat. Slowly straighten those legs. Scoop that belly. Soften your knees. Straighten your legs. Scoop and round. Bend your knees. Take your hands to your thighs and slowly start to come up. Now slowly start to straighten my legs. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Reverse, back, up, and forward. Back, up, and forward. And last one, back, up, and forward. And you have made it. Thanks for joining me.